Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Road Company Showdown brought to you by CMG or CheckmateGaming.com if you're not aware of what that is. My name is realBluTV. I'm joined with Rome DMV, and this is the $10,000 main event, day two. It's the end of the main event, and it all comes down to the next two matches that we're going to be watching. We just watched the winners finals where Justice Roco took down Right Turtle, the defending champions Right Turtle, in a best of five. It went the full five, and it turned out to be a 3-2. And a big surprise was Justice Roco dominating the first King of the Hill, as well as the strikeout and reverse sweeping in that strikeout. And then such a dominant performance in their game five, Demolition, where they were able to win on Factory 8-1, and they were up 7-0 before the halftime marker. But now we're getting down to the losers bracket. We're going to be watching the losers finals between Right Turtle, the losers of our previous matchup, versus a team that has made their way all the way through this losers bracket. They started off in losers round two. They've taken down Nice Mongoose. They've taken down Vibes. They've taken down High Donkey. They've taken down the Homie Squad. And now here they are in the top three, looking for a chance to make it into the grand finals themselves. They're being led by someone who has made significant strides in their improvement over the past couple months as well. And who's that? What are your initial thoughts, Rome, going into this matchup?
My initial thoughts are honestly about the mindset of Right Turtle right now. I know that you asked me before, what's your thought process after losing a map so close and losing it like that after you were up so much both rounds of that King of the Hill on Favelas. And it almost feels like this. If this is gonna go one or two ways in my opinion, because this is what usually happens in these 10K main events. The team that loses in the winners finals usually goes down, and it's usually a 3-0 one way or the other. Usually either the team will take that loss that they had in the winners finals and be really down on themselves, not have the same type of communication. They won't play as well. They'll, already almost feel defeated because they really wanted to win that series. But the other hand, you might be able to take this and say, you know what? We're going to come out for blood. We're going to come right back and we're going to take out Justice. They might have taken us out in this first series, but we're going to get right back there and we're going to win two best of fives and we're going to make Blue cast both of them, all five maps, because I'm guessing it's going to go all five maps and we see that going down. So I'm sure that's going to be an extremely long, fun process, man. That'll be extremely, extremely awesome to watch. But it's really going to be about the mindset. I'm expecting this as a prediction to go 3-0 one way or the other.
Well, I mean, Rome, you didn't do main day two last month or the month before. I've been here every time and I've done these bracket resets each time. It gets pretty long and grueling on our voices, but well, I'm here and I'm ready. If it happens, I will do it, of course. Let's take a look at the series layout now on your screens. Skyfell for Demolition will be game number one. And then, of course, we're going to Favelas for King of the Hill. And then, of course, because Canals is no longer available in the game currently, we're going to Skyfell for Strikeout once again. And then, if needed, King of the Hill game 4 will be on Icarus, and Demolition game 5 will once again be on Factory. So if you're Right Turtle, you're thinking, we do not want to get to game number 5. We want to win this in the first 4, hopefully in the first 3.
Yeah, I think that Right Turtle's best chance is to not see a map 4 and map 5. I do think that Right Turtle, though, would win the Icarus King of the Hill pretty handily. They do still have Emes on their team, and he is one of the best King of the Hill players. But Skyfell Demolition, I'm expecting this to be the closest map of this series. I'm going to predict that it's going to be an 8-5 win for the side of Right Turtle. The King of the Hill on Favelas, I would guess that Right Turtle is going to win that one as well. And then Skyfell Strikeout, since Right Turtle got to already play that against a quote-unquote better team, I'm going to have them taking that one. So I'm seeing Right Turtle with a nice 3-0, but those last two, that last map in Factory, they do not want to see that one.
All right, so the bans have come in as well for you, Rome. So I want to get your thoughts on this. Right Turtle are banning out Lancer. Okay, so they're the ones banning out Lancer. It is Skyfell, it is Demolition. And also, Best Snake, they're banning out Switchblade. So no Switchblade for Prosper Logic this time around. We could see him back on his Dahlia. That allows Pulsa to bring something else out.
Makes a lot of sense. We are on Skyfell Demo. Now, the thing about this is that Rixie, Gotti, Who's, and Canny, they don't exactly play Switchblade. So the fact that they're banning Switchblade, I completely understand it. I don't think I've seen any of those players play Switchblade or main them, whether it's in the 8s that we play together at nights or things like that. So that might be a target ban for a whole series for them, something that they just might not want to see.
Something they might not want to see, but I can tell you what we want to see. That's the game. Let's go ahead and hop into it here. Game number 1 of our losers bracket finals. If you're just joining us, we just watched the winners finals, and now the winner of this will go on to the grand finals. Right Turtle, the defending champions, still in the top 3, but now playing in the losers bracket. They need to win this to have a chance at defending their title. Let's take a look at the bans once more. Best Snake banning out Switchblade. Lancer banning out Right Turtle. We're going to Skyfell, game number 1, and the Rogues are already locked in for Best Snake. Who's that on the chalk? Rixie will be playing the Dallas. Of course, that's a staple on this map. Fixer will be taken up by Gotti, and Cannibals, someone who has also been making a very large imprint in the community as well, will be on the Dahlia.
And we got Polza on the Fixer now. Emes is going to be on the Dallas. Slop is on Trench on defense. And Prosper is going to be on the Dahlia. This is interesting. So they're putting Prosper back on that Dahlia. We've said we know that how they feel about Prosper on the Dahlia. But the Fixer choice is interesting. Both teams need to run Fixer. I'm going to be totally honest here. I like Best Snake with who they have on their picks. It's a lot of comfort picks for them. Rixie is so good with this Dallas. He's used that devotion many times. He might pull it out here. Not sure if he's going to pull it out in this losers final with this much money on the line. But if he pulls it out, he's definitely capable of hitting those 2 taps with that head. And Gotti on this Fixer. He has been on Fixer multiple times. We've seen him a ton on Fixer, and he's a great Fixer at that. Cannibals, he's a very smart player, so him on the Dahlia is exactly what you need. And then who's that on the chalk? He loves to beat his chest and run in there, and with reckless abandon, take out enemy players one by one. And it looks like he's going to have the bomb on his back, heading over to this A bomb site, and it's going to be a pretty basic A push coming out of the side of Best Snake.
And already pushing towards that A site, the attacking side of Best Snake. Pulsa! We talked about him playing Fixer. Haven't seen this before in any competitive play, and already he's starting to make a name for himself on it. Finds who's that with the pistol. Prosper downs Cannibals with the grenade as well. I mean, Canny, who's that? These are 2 people that are so adamant about making it to top 2. Cannibals made it to a 2nd place finish before in a 10K, I believe. Might have been an 8K. I can't even remember. That's how long it's been since he has cracked into the top 2. Other than that, 3rd place has always been his chair. It's pretty much like destiny will not allow him to go any further. And now here he has a chance. Pulsa finds Cannibals once again after that revive came through. And Pulsa, playing very aggressive up front, finally falls to who's that. This matchup, of course, being a rematch from our quarterfinals in the winners bracket. Rome, Right Turtle was able to win that the first time around and send Best Snake into the losers bracket. So it's a little bit of a revenge tour to see if they can make it into the grand finals. Slop finds Gotti once more. Pulse is back up and firing away. It is revive after revive. Finally, this round comes to an end. Oh my goodness. Only 1 revive, or excuse me, 2 for the defense and 1 for the offense. But it felt like everyone was getting revived there for a moment, Rome.
Yeah, it did. It felt like they were either baiting the revives or actually getting them. You see 2 coming out of one side, 1 coming out of another team. Just a lot of revives, man. Revive priority is so big in Demolition. If you can get that player up, your chances of winning are just that much greater. And like you said, these teams did face each other before, so Best Snake is looking at this as essentially a revenge tour. You know, they said, look, you guys sent us down to losers. If that didn't happen, you know, we might be sitting exactly where we feel like we should be. And that Fixer is going to be running there with extreme aggression. Not sure how that went for him. Looks like he is just going to be chilling, getting this information on these 2 players. Now, popping your goggles this early, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it does mean that the other fixer in Gotti is going to be able to make a play. And you guys can see Gotti already creeping around toward this B side. They know that the fixer has already popped his goggles, so if their fixer wants to make a fixer play, they can definitely do a smoke fixer play around it. And it looks like there's no smokes coming out of Canny's side currently. Now there is Claymores. Now I love me some Claymores. And there's some Claymores on this B site. So if they do push in with this Chalk does not have tenacity. So he might go down to a Claymore or two. And here comes the goggles. And like I said, the goggles are out, but you can't see a Claymore in goggles. So, and there he goes, man. Polza able to get the nice kill. 2 downs coming out, and that's all 4 down already. And the Chalk is going to be self-reviving. They're going to make sure that that doesn't happen. And that got eliminated very quickly, the idea that they could have done a B push around that fixer smoke ult.
Yeah, you talked about Pulsa using his goggles too early there. It didn't come back to haunt him. He was able to still take out Gotti in Gotti's goggles. So nothing came of either fixer using their abilities. Emis doing a lot better on the Dallas than he did the glitch in the last game that we saw them play against Justice. This time, though, 2-0 lead for Right Turtle on the defensive side nonetheless. Again, this is like their lockdown performance. They're dominant on the side that is not favored. I mean, attack for lockdown, attack for Skyfell, these are staples. It's starting to become a very defensive-sided map if you continue to watch these tournaments day in and day out. Trying to find another one. Finds one who's that getting aggressive.
Claymore.
Trip mine! Oh my goodness, we just talked about that. Who's that?
Run it again.
Didn't happen the round you mentioned it, but it happens the very next round. Slop playing very aggressive with the trip mines. He goes down in a gunfight, but that trip mine still finds who's that. And then after, whoo, they just collapsed on him. 3-0 now.
It's funny, I brought it up because in a lot of the 8s and things like that a lot of the competitive players play, who's that is kind of known for being a trip mine magnet. So it's almost karma that it's going to happen again in the 10K main event, losers bracket finals. Man, Claymore's getting him everywhere, every way. And I already called it. I said if the Chalk just runs up that staircase, he's not going to be able to see a Claymore, and that bad boy is going to down him without tenacity. And that's exactly what happened on the next round. You love to see it. But that's a 3-0 on this defensive side coming out of Right Turtle. And like I said, they're feeling very good. I don't think that they got down after losing to Justice. I feel like they should have won a couple more maps that maybe they messed up or choked certain gunfights that caused them to lose the entire map as a whole, which very easily could have happened. But Rixie able to get a big down on Emes. Emes was trying to be the flanker, and it ended up not working out on the Dallas as he got taken out quickly. That was in the first 30 seconds. That was a very aggressive push by Emes to flank that fast. And let's see if his team is going to still be able to hold. Not exactly going to be an easy push, even with only 3 players to watch out for. Is that C4 going to go right into the bushes? But Prosper is going to down. Who's that? Goggles going to be popped. C4 getting tossed. Molly coming out, not letting him get on that window. I like the play by Rixie, and he's going to go out to that middle and try and bully him a little bit more. Maybe even pinch this guy on site from middle. And there goes the Chalk ult from Who's, and he's running in, only down to 44 now. That player's going to get full killed, and there is the player, like I said, from Aqua, going to be trying to pinch, but he is going to get traded out as well immediately and expeditiously, and now it's just alone to Dahlia in a 1v3.
Yeah, and it's not looking good for her on the defensive side. Once you lose Dallas so quickly, they still remained in their formation of that 2-1 split. That just did not help them out. The offense recognized that there was one member with Rixie near Gucci, so they could just continue to push into the site, be aggressive. And it worked out in their favor. They finally get one on the board. 3-1 now. Defense still in control. Right Turtle dropping one round is not the worst that could happen here on the defensive side of Skyfell.
I will say this,
winning
though.
3 is great.
Patterns are bad, though, and that's another pattern we got to watch out for is Emes dying playing by himself. You know, it came back to bite him on that factory map. It came back to bite him extremely hard, matter of fact, against...
The definition of insanity, Rome.
Yeah, and he did it again on the last round, ended up getting picked off immediately. So is Emes going to adjust? Is he going to play a Ooh, they're giving up this B side, and that means Rixie might have the Dallas play. If he's able to take that zip line, get control of B, pretty sure we're going to see a full rotation out of Canny and them, as that is usually what they like to do. So I'm pretty sure Rick is going to do this late snap. Once they have a few numbers confirmed over here, Rick is just trying to figure out if there actually is anyone still on this site. Going to go ahead and take the gamble that there isn't. It's definitely a big gamble. Now, did that player see Rick? That is the question. Emes, you see him as Rick is hopping, and he's going to go for the full flank. I love this play, but he's going to get revealed. Oh, no, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to four-man. Yeah, they're going to turn around and just 4v1 him, even if they plant the bomb. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. I'm going to be very surprised if they don't just push
He
out this
revealed
one player.
Emes, and Emes revealed him. They revealed each other.
Yep,
So now
exactly.
a little bit of cat and mouse being played between the two Dallases.
Yeah, and like I said, Canny likes to do the rotate back, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to rotate back to this B site and bank on Rixie to be able to get a pick or hold off their Lambo long enough for them to get this plant down. Let's see if it's going to happen.
Well, see what happened indeed, as everything is going to start to come to fruition here. Pulsa and Prosper starting to rotate through mid with Emis. And it's a little bit of a spread offense. Emis finds who's that. They finish him off as well. And oh my goodness, is that Slop sneaking back through his own side? Gotti finds Pulsa, but Slop finds Rixie. It is a 2v3 at the moment, and going across the zip, getting dangerous is Slop. Emis is already there, has to rejuvenate his health. They find cannibals as well. Bomb still not planted, and that will be the end of the round. Doesn't even matter if they find that kill. They do so anyways, but oh my goodness, the timer ran out. Just took way too long. Emis got caught in a cat and mouse game with Rixie. Nothing came of it, and then the rotations were way too late for the offense.
Yeah, really slow rotations from the offensive side. Once he got up to that statue, his team honestly should have been rotating over, maybe even pinch the guys rotating from mid, as all the players were just standing out at that second mid door. But either way, the offense, we're going to need to see a little bit better play calls coming out of their side, as we haven't really seen a ton of variation from this team. You know, they're either going to do a straight up B push or a straight up A push, excuse me, or a delayed rat push on the B side. So let's see if in this sixth round they're going to be switching something up, or if this is just going to be another basic A push with maybe the same result.
Now you can see the rotation from the attackers using the snap very early on compared to previous rounds where he's held it. Hasn't been trying to go for a flank this time around. Meanwhile, Emis is kind of roaming by himself. He'll finally use his snap, and he'll grab cannibals with it. A little bit surprising there. It didn't grab Rixie, but Cannibals was closer for the time being, but he rotated all the way through the mall on the top side. They don't know Rixie's there. Slop comes through Aquarium. Now is going to be playing towards the objective. Prosper already outside the window as well. He might be rotating back through mid. Emis still waiting in the same spot. The entry point from mid to the Aquarium. C4 comes out. Nothing comes of that. Remember, there could be trophies in there as well. Who's that? Getting shot a few times, but backs up. Being revealed as Fixer. Gotti has the goggles. Who's that? Goes down. The revive will come through from Dahlia. Nice headshots from Gotti. Finds Prosper, so an even trade. But that will be no more. Prosper going down is the Dahlia. Who's that? Gets downed once again, finished off. Slop gets down by Cannibals. Pulsa finds Cannibals once again after that revive came through. Gotti finds Emis. It is going back and forth, trade for trade, blow for blow, and now it's 2v1 with Gotti being the only attacking member still standing. He has the bomb in his possession, has an Incen. He picks up off of someone's body, throws it at the window. That zones them out, does a little bit of damage. They're going to be jumping through the window. He gets the bomb planted, and then after that, just cannot find the shots. Good double push from Prosper after the delay from the revive. The bomb will get defused, and this will be 5-1 in favor of Right Turtle.
Yeah, very nice advantage on the non-favored side. We always talk about winning the non-favored sides, and already winning 5. Going to be going into this offense. They're going to be feeling very, very good. And honestly, right now, Best Snake is they're gonna need to figure something out, because this defense is gonna be very hard for them. They're gonna be going up against a team that's very coordinated in their pushes, and they're gonna be struggling to stop them. That's what I envision. So they really need to get this round at least. That way they have any chance of winning this map. Otherwise, it's most likely going to be a 1-0 map count in favor of Right Turtle.
Now coming back for the final round of this half. They're able to grab a second one on attack. It is very much needed for the side of Best Snake. This is an attack-favored map, normally is what we used to like to say, but it's not looking like that right now as Right Turtle shows their dominance on the defensive side. Furthermore, who's that? And Gotti working together to take out Slop. But look at the flank from Prosper. He finds one. A second member goes down as well. Gotti with the grenade. Cannibals is hiding back there. Who's that? Also falling low. Hiding behind Lambo. And oh my goodness, Cannibals gets the down, but Prosper also finds it as well. And the cleanup crew comes in with Emis and Pulsa. It's 6-1 going into halftime. Right Turtle putting the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, Right Turtle is making it look easy right now on a non-easy side. And now that they're going to have this offensive side, looks like they're going to go ahead and lock into Dahlia and Fixer. Saw those ones coming. Also, the Dallas kind of saw that one coming. Maybe we might see a Seeker or maybe even a Chalk here. Not sure which one they're going to go with, but we do know that Switchblade is finally banned. So we've been seeing her a lot today, but not in this game. As right now, Who's That is hovering the Chalk. Rixie's looks like he's going to be locking in that Dallas. Gotti is hovering that Fixer again. Canny looks like they're going to be doing the exact same composition that they just did on offense on this defensive side, and they're going to be going up against a mirror match. So here we go. It's a straight up mirror match. Outplay your other character and hope for the best. Simple as that.
Hey man, things are easier said than done, as you would say.
Oh, yeah.
Now we are going to see the mirror match come in like you were mentioning. I mean, the Fixers were basically going even. Trade for trade. One round, Gotti would be dominant. The next round, Pulsa would be pretty dominant with his Fixer in his hands. So we'll have to see who comes out on top this time around. Emis, early snap, just to see where the defense is trying to hold. They notice Rixie trying to hold that mid doorway. They're going to be pushing from mid into the A site. Don't know anyone's on the window, so they're just going to keep checking it. And they have full control of this site very early on, and a bomb plant. The defense might have thought they were going B for the pistol round.
Yeah, maybe, but the bomb does get planted at this A site, and now this defense has to do a retake. No anvil shield. I believe that they still have to go up against a Molly, and they do not have any trophies, which means that the time is running out. They have about 20 seconds left before this round is actually over, as long as that Molly is still in the pocket of Emes. And you guys can see Emes, he's still got that Molly. It's about to be that time. He's going to go to the back, line up this Molly throw, and toss this bad boy over. And you can see that's exactly what's going to happen. And he's going to hope that that Molly's going to land right on the bomb, which I'm sure it is, as nobody's on it right now. Snaps are going to be coming out. He's going to be down on everybody, snapping on everybody. And that's a 7-1 advantage for this offensive side. And Right Turtle, they are looking extremely, extremely good right now.
Man, Emis must be highly upset with himself after that Game 5 performance on Glitch. This time around, though, 10 down, 17 elims, 6 assists, and 2 revives, playing Dallas the entire game thus far. And he just does not want to lose this. He wants to get back into the grand finals, and he wants to become a champion once more. That's what he's aiming for. And right now, he is doing a great job on this Dallas. I mean, he holds the incense perfectly, knows exactly when to use them, where to place them, clears out sites effectively. I mean, look at just the snowball effect with that ability and his passive, the target finder, as well as just the way he downs someone and instantly snaps again to see where it's coming from. Who's that? Taking out Slop, but he gets revived. Cannibals finds him once again. Pulsa getting taken down as well. Cannibals starting to make some plays here. Something you're not normally used to seeing this late into a game, where the Dahlia says, you know what, let me put the team on my back. That's exactly what Cannibals is starting to do. More downs coming through for the side of Right Turtle, which means they only have 2 members standing. It's Emis and Prosper. They're still going towards mid. Nice shots coming out from Rixie, but he's only got 10 health. He has to duck. He's relaying this information to the rest of his team. And look, they don't have the bomb in their possession. Nice shots onto Emis. That'll take him out. And then he finishes off Prosper with some help from a teammate after he gets that aggression and pushes forward. 7-2 now.
Oh, yeah, good stuff coming out of them. I'm expecting them to go right back to this A site and try and end this bad boy right here with a nice A push, as that has been the bread and butter for this map for a pretty long time. You know, Chalk has been used to push out the B site, push out Lambo, things like that. But right now, A has been the move, especially with this Dallas reveal meta. You can 100% reveal the closest person to you, clear out that site, and then you'll be good to go. Now, let's see if they're going to be going back to the B site, or if they're going to do A like I guess they would do. Not sure which one it's looking like now. It looks like they're going to be going toward this middle, and it looks like it might be a mid to A as a matter of fact, as 3 of these players, Polza especially on the far right. But that means that one player is going to get taken out, as they are locking up the mid right now, and you can't do a mid to A if you don't got smokes blocking your way, and that is going to come back to bite him. And now Emes said, you know what, I got to make the play. And he is stalker walking back here, but who's that already sniffs him out? And who's that also has his ult ready? Right now, Emes watching that cross in the very corner of his screen. You can see using that 3P angle to know when a player is going to rotate out, but he has no idea that who's that is just waiting for him. And right now, a 2v1 outside, but he's going to get taken out as who's takes him out on the flank simultaneously. And that's 2 big rounds in a row for the side of Best Snake.
Match point for the enemy.
Yeah, 2 big rounds for them indeed. They're still trailing by 4, but Right Turtle's got to find a way to be successful on the offensive side. This is sort of what happened to them on lockdown in that first matchup today against Justice. They were so dominant on the defensive side, and then when they come to the offense, the favored side, start to fall behind, maybe even allowing teams to catch up, and then they say, okay, let's lock it down, let's finish this game. That's what they did in that lockdown game where they won 8-7. But you don't want to have to allow this to go to overtime just to give yourself that extra bump to say, let's finish this. Instead, let's go out there and let's just get the rounds right now. They only need 1 to finish this first game off, and it looks like they'll be pushing towards that A site pretty slowly and conservatively. Meanwhile, Gotti, Rixie, they're already awaiting them. In the window are both.
Oh yeah, and you can see
first time.
If you want to win, you go to the A site. That has definitely been the move. B site just has not been it. This time they went the long way. They're finally able to get near the site. Sadly, Chalk does go down. He does get Dahlia revived. And right now, 4v4 situation. Fixer smoke is going to be coming out. Flash in hand, though. Perfect counter to a Fixer. A lot of people say there's not too many counters to Fixers. Well, Flash is definitely one of them. If you see him getting ready to use his ult, throw a Flash right at him. And even now, especially in the next update, with Fixer's ult timer going down to only 6 seconds, dropping down from 12, that'll be an interesting change for sure on the side of Fixer. But it looks like they're bullying them away. They're saying, no, A site is ours. You better get out of here. Go right back to B, and we'll see you there.
I don't know. Fixer, being Paulsa, might try and fake that rotation himself, seeing if he can get behind someone.
Yeah, and that's Dahlia down. They might try to play off this.
He would have a good shot at whoever was running through Aquarium. They find Emis as well. It's not looking good here, and it looks like we're going to a round 12 for the time being.
Oh, yeah,
the offense
but I do
just
like
falling apart.
I do like the play by the side of Best Snake. You know, they were able to get a pick on the Dahlia crossing, and once you do that, you can just isolate the other players as there is no revive and just go in there.
Yeah, but hold on a second. There's 3 members coming in. The bomb's been planted, and Pulsa's still watching it. He could have a chance here. Has some teammates at the top of Maul. Just needs to find these downs, but it won't happen. They work together to take out each member who were separated. That was a good pinch, but an even better defense. 7-4 now. Just took way too long on planting the bomb and couldn't get into the A site as quickly as they would have hoped.
Yeah, big time. And a 7-4. Don't call it a comeback right now. But, hey, look. Anything can happen. We've seen some crazy comebacks today, man. I think we all know that. We've seen some wild comebacks. If you guys have been in here, it's over 350 of you guys on the Roco channel, even a lot of you guys on the CMG Esports channel as well. You guys that have been here this entire time, you guys have had the pleasure of seeing some incredible matches today. And this might end up being another one. You know, we've seen some crazy comebacks. 7-4, they've already won 3 rounds in a row. They do have to win 4 more now, so it's not impossible, but definitely improbable. But that grenade is going to be a great help to the start of that, as they are going to be downing the Fixer, who is going to need to get hand res. Looks like they are going to go for that res immediately. Simtex is coming out, and there he goes. Who's that? Loves to push, and this might be his time. He might say, you know what, I'm going to push with this chokehold, or he's just going to play passive, as there is a lot of money on the line. And these are the $10,000 plays, and Emes, my goodness, that was so beautiful out of him. And there is going to be the down onto the chalk, and there's going to be that popped, and you don't stand a chance against that one. And who's that A on the chalk, winning a 4th round in a row?
Enemies are on match point.
Okay, Blue.
You take point.
Yeah, 4 rounds in a row. I mean, it's good for them, but still on game point is Right Turtle. All they need to do is close this out, win 1 round, and we're going to a King of the Hill game 2. For the time being, though, they need to clean up their attack. It's not looking as precise as what we're used to seeing from them. This could be kind of, you know, it's 11 p.m. for most of them over there. They are an EU team, mostly EU. I mean, they're 5-6 hours ahead of us. It's 6 p.m. Eastern time. It's pretty late for them. They're getting a little tired. Plus, their motivation might be dropped a little after losing such a gut-wrenching Game 5 in that winners finals. They'd be chilling right now. Instead, Justice Roco is. Speaking of chilling, who's that? Chilling right here, but has Emes behind him, has to find him, and he does. Pops the rage, turns the corner, throws a flashbang. Now he's just going to walk at some people's faces, but he ends up going down because of it. Prosper holding his composure and is able to win that gunfight. D40C up close is nothing to scoff at, but Prosper says, you know what? I can take that, no problem. Gotti finds Pulsa. It's an even trade, 1 for 1. But the revive comes through. Slop finds Rixie once again. Can they get this revive again? They can. And then finally, Cannibals helps out and takes out Slop. It's only 1 member standing. That's Prosper. Bomb out of his reach. This is not looking good once again. It looks like it's going to be a 7-6 unless a foreseeable miracle happens for Prosper.
It is the little details in the round. If Dahlia doesn't have tenacity while she's on the ground, that Simtex that got thrown at her in the Dallas while they were reviving her, it would have full killed her. But since it didn't, the Dahlia Cannibals just crawled away, got to a safer place. The Dallas revived her. The Dallas challenged then. The Dallas lost the challenge. The Dallas got hand-res by the Dahlia. Cannibals was doing it all this round, and now we're about to see a 7-6 as there's 8 seconds left. Literally impossible to win at this point. And we are 2 rounds away from seeing maybe one of the craziest comebacks that we have seen in this CMG 10K event ever.
Well, it does get it down there, so that's some extra money for him, being as he'll get a 12th down. 20 elims, 10 assists. Prosper really starting to make some moves. He's got 3 assists as well, $118,000 in the bank. That's most in the game currently. Kestro started to fall out of the meta, so we won't see anybody getting some extra money. I mean, she's still up there. She's still a strong pick, but just a lot of people opting to choose some other power picks instead for the time being. Now?
And right now, this mirror match, man, is absolutely showing that one team can execute better than the other right now. As Who's That has been doing an amazing job on this chalk. Emes has been struggling just a little bit. I'm surprised that they haven't just went back to this basic A and tried to make it work. I know that they've been getting bullied out of the site, but there's definitely ways to get in there with all these smokes. You do have the molly that you can use. You also have flashes. You also have EMPs that you can throw outside of this window. And, you know, that's a play I love myself. I love to throw EMPs outside of this window. That way they can't throw any utility back at you. It's a really great way to get the bomb down as long as you can cover Aqua. And we're going to see what they're going to go with. They're going to opt to do the smoke play, and the chalk is going to be pushing forward. No EMPs are going to be coming out, so a lot of utility is going to be dumped into this site. Who's That did go down, but he did get revived. Oh, excuse me. Actually, Who's That got full killed, and that is a big down on the Dahlia. And is Prosper going to get revived? I think he is, and this might be a 4v2 situation now. And those are the power of trades, ladies and gentlemen.
Everyone head back to base.
Yes, but Emis is the one who was really putting the hurt on as he was able to get a few picks and finish off some kills there towards the end. Great display of just composure, keeping your composure and saying, you know what, we just need one more round. Okay, we lost that one. We need one more round. Okay, we lost that one. We need one more round. At some point, some people get upset and just say, you know what, forget it. Instead, they maintain their composure. So great job to Right Turtle. They win game number 1. Rome, tell us what happened there exactly while we take a look at these replays.
Yeah, it looked like at the very end there, it was just a very coordinated push coming out of the offensive side to finally secure their last round. They were able to use their flashes, use their smokes, use that chalk ult, and to get to those spots that they need to get the advantage, and they were able to get a big melee on to the Dahlia as well. It was looking extremely good for them at the start, taking such a big lead. If you go up 6-1, you are supposed to win the map by any means necessary, and they were able to do it in a 7-6 close round that ended up giving them the 8-6 victory. And we saw some amazing Dallas plays coming out today. At the end of the day, only one team can prevail, and that was Right Turtle. You guys see Who's That on the chalk, going to be popping that rage, and he was pushing all the right places during that comeback, but sadly it wasn't enough. I understand the graphic says 7-6, but it was 8-6, as it is 1-8, so an 8-6 victory for Right Turtle heading into the second map, which is Favela's King of the Hill. Now, we already saw this team play on Favela's King of the Hill, so what are your thoughts going into this matchup right here?
My thoughts are, well, you might have to change your strategy because it didn't work out on Favelas the first time around today. So we'll see what rogues they're going to bring out. I mean, will Switchblade be banned by Best Snake once again? We will see. But Right Turtle leads 1-0 in the series after an 8-6 victory on Skyfell for the Demolition. We're going to Favelas. It is King of the Hill. Right Turtle, the previous kings of the respawn, but they fell short twice against Justice Roco. So we'll see how they rebound and come back from that. They win another Demolition today. That's 2 out of their 3 possible played thus far. I mean, they don't want to get to that game 5. They don't want to get to Factory, I would think, because they just did not play it as well as they would have hoped. So we'll see if they're able to win this in 3 or 4, but they're going to try and win it in 3, of course.
Oh, yeah. And, my prediction was pretty close. I said it was going to be an 8-5 Right Turtle victory. Ended up being 8-6, a little bit closer. So, pretty good prediction right there. But this Favela's King of the Hill, I will say this. Emes strikes fear into the heart of Who's That and Cannibals. I know this for a fact, whether it's 8s, whatever. If he feels, Emes is on the other team and he got another really good player, man, it's going to be a rough game for us because they know Emes is unbannable in King of the Hill. He is so good. He can play the Lancer. He can play the Fixer. He can play essentially any rogue you put him on. The dude is going to be an absolute beast, but those ones specifically, you just cannot ban him out anymore. And I'm excited to see what Emes is going to do on this Favela's King of the Hill. I honestly wanted to stay on him most of this time as he is known as one of the best King of the Hill players. And if he's ever going to be showing it, it's going to be in this losers finals to secure that top 2 and make sure that they're at least walking away with $500 each, because that's what the winner of this series is going to be walking away with minimum. And man, I tell you, $500, that sure helped me out a lot. I'm sure it's going to help out a lot of these players. And you guys already know checkmategaming.com if you want your chance at doing it next month. It is going to be absolutely amazing. Every single one of you guys that's tuned in has a chance, man. Anyone can do this, but we're hopping right into the matchups right now. Favela's King of the Hill. You'll love to see it. We're flying over, and this bad boy is going to be explosive. The picks are going to be in. They're going to be explosive picks, I'm guessing, as well. Not sure what the bans are going to be, but
well, the bans did come through. I was waiting until you were ready for them. Vi and Lancer being your bans once again, or this time around. So Switchblade will be available, but it will be Vi and Lancer banned out here on Favelas for our King of the Hill. This is interesting. I still need to know what that skin is. Is that a future skin for Vi? Because I do not understand.
That was actually an alpha skin. So over a year ago, that was.
I mean, I
that
played
was
in the alpha and I didn't remember that.
That was one of the first visual looks for Vi. I'm not sure if it
I
was an
didn't really
actual
play
skin
Vi
that
in
was
the
in
alpha,
the
I'm gonna
game,
be
but
honest.
I believe it was just a visual persona of Vi. I'm not sure that we're gonna get that skin. I do like the knife on the chest. That is pretty cool. You know, maybe bring that one back. Who knows? It's like limited edition, super rare skin, something like that. Who knows, man? What they're
Super
gonna
rare.
do, but...
Oh, yeah. All right, let's take a look at the rogues that are coming through. Pulsa taking his time, shifting through a bunch as they're still trying to decide. Prosper, he knows exactly what he's playing. He locks it in already. He's playing the Switchblade.
And
Fixer being
Emes,
locked in by Slopadopoulos. This is the third player to play Fixer for this team today. I mean,
he's
Emes
debating
and
a Scorcher
Pulsa did a
Anvil.
great job. Uh-oh.
What do you think it's gonna be, Scorcher Anvil?
I think you go Scorch here with the Switchblade
like
on both
it.
teams.
Yep, I like it. I like the Scorch thoughts because that way the Switchblade can only hit you for 75 with a rocket. You don't have to worry about the molly. You can throw mollies at your feet. Switchblade obviously dies 2 mollies, so you know you're also going to have 2 flashbang characters on your team as well as a guy that can see through smokes. Man, this squad coming out of Right Turtle is lethal. I like the squad that Best Snake have as well, but I'm not sure that the Kestrel is going to be as effective as the Scorch in this position. We're just going to have to wait and find out.
Wait and find out. Well, you don't have to wait too long. 10 seconds before these planes allow the players to drop in. As we see the Scorch coming out for the first time today in any game mode, whether it be Strikeout or King of the Hill or even Demolition. This is the first time we will have seen it. They're dropping in now.
And Scorch is very good, especially in second, third rounds of King of the Hill, simply because of those EMPs. Once you can get 2 EMPs, put them onto a Chalk, Fixer, Kestrel, or a Switchblade, that definitely significantly lets them know that they cannot do anything, as you can't throw any utility at all if you are EMP'd. Nice initial break coming out of the side of Right Turtle, as they're going to have the A Hill off rip. And now it's going to be all about how much they are going to be able to hold this hill. Currently 23 already. And right now, we are vibing on this first hill. We got some nice music in the background. Sadly going to get cut off.
I was going to say, cool. I could still hear... Yeah, I could still hear the music back there. I was kind of vibing to it, you know?
Yeah, it was cool for the
also,
first hill,
though,
you know? Hey,
yeah,
there we
vibing.
go.
Oh, all right, here we go. Yes, I guess he can hear it too. Emes getting a little fancy, continuing to do so.
Oh, yeah.
Prosper
Feeling
finds
himself.
Cannibals, but who's that? Returns fire. They're fighting for hill number 2, and it's all Right Turtle so far. 54-0 as the second hill. 10 seconds in. Still no points for either team from it, because they're just waiting. Cannibals gets taken out right off of respawn. He's the one playing the Switchblade, I can see. We are yet to see who the best Snake Switchblade is, so if it is Cannibals, it's not looking too good thus far.
Yeah, you're actually right. That is interesting that they don't really have a Switchblade player. It looks like Cannibals is going to be that Switchblade. Now, Cannibals has been seen on this exact channel, the Rogue Company channel. He has been seen this week playing a lot of Switchblade. So he actually has played it in pubs at least. I haven't seen him play it in a competitive setting, whether it's 8s or things like that, but he has at least played the character in pubs. So we'll see how he's going to perform here, as this is really his first go as a Switchblade in competitive, and it's against one of the best teams. And starting off down 50 points, it looks like Slop is going to be having control of this C Hill. You guys can see they're getting this scrap time, but that's not going to matter because C Hill is a power hill, and if you get 75 seconds on this C Hill, you're only 2 points away from winning the game already.
Yeah, but we have seen Right Turtle throw some points away on this map, most notably the sudden death points on hill number 4. So they might not want to get too crazy in thinking that they have it on lock.
And not even see
if you win it in 3 hills. I guess it wouldn't matter about hill number 4. Jumping through the window, though, is Pulsa. Finds Gotti, who's that also falls, as well as Cannibals. And the Best Snake not putting their best foot forward, or not slithering forward the best that they can right now. Only 24 points on the board. 117 and still climbing.
Yeah,
Like you
Best
said, they
Snake.
could possibly almost have the win on round 3. And, well, Emis finds a
Looks
double
like they
kill
will.
and then finds some times to drop it like it's hot once again.
You know, the emo
130.
game.
Look how much
Very
garbage time they're
strong.
picking up. He's still there. That's 10 seconds. He can get 143.
And
They
they're
might
breaking
just have
the
to
hill.
hold this for
They're
7
already
seconds.
breaking the next hill. This is the last thing that can happen. I would love to hear the comms right now between Who's That and Canny. We do know that they do like to start to get down and go at each other a little bit when things don't go well in respawns. And right
That's
now,
exactly what
Canny
you
with
cannot
only
do.
2 downs. Exactly. Right now, Canny only, well, he got his 3rd down after the timer, so really only 2 downs on the side of Canny on Switchblade. And when you're playing the most OP character currently in the game, you gotta put some work in on it. And right now, that couple of downs is just not going to be enough for a total of 4 hills. You gotta get more than 0.5 downs a hill, especially on a champion or a rogue like Switchblade. You gotta do better. And yes, this game is on Steam. For anyone watching wondering if they can get this game is free to download on Steam, as well as Epic, of course, where it's been for a long time. Salute to everyone that has gotten this game, all the new people that have been watching these streams in excitement. This is a lot of your guys' first time watching the CMG 10K tournament, so I appreciate all you guys that have tuned in. It's going to be an amazing, amazing grand final. And yeah,
Nice
he lived
shot
through it.
from Prosper. Kind of zone him away, saying, get out of here. This is my warehouse. I need to get back in there and take control. This is exactly what happened. Well, this is the opposite of what happened in the round before, being dominated by Right Turtle this time, 21-0 and counting. Best Snake have taken control of the game, but everything is starting to shift as the shift on the rotation is coming through for hill number 2. This should be a bloodbath here. But if Best Snake is able to break through, they can give themselves a nice, comfy lead going into hill 3, which is where they struggled in that first round the most, I would say. I mean, they gave up hill number 4 pretty easily at the beginning versus only 3 people. Scorch was still picking up some garbage time. Who's That finds one with the Semtex and Cannibals picking up that garbage time, but now he's just chilling back there waiting for an opportunity, and he finds it against Emis. Tulsa did find one, but Rixie finds one before he falls, and Slop's starting to make some plays with the Deadeye in his hands as he's back on the fixer, something we've come accustomed to from him in the past month or a couple weeks. Now the points are starting to go up for the side of Right Turtle. They finally take control of this objective, and, well, they've got 5 on the board, but that's it. Who's That? Neutralizing it. 48-5. This is a much different playstyle this round.
Yeah, but there's not been many points captured by either team on this hill. I believe that they were around 44 when it swapped, so only 12 total points coming in on this hill, and there's only 20 seconds left. And you know what that means? C-Hill is most likely going to win it. That combination of C-Hill along with breaking that final D-Hill at the 30-second mark. We've said it a million times. Whoever usually has it at that 30-second mark is going to usually be able to hold and win it out. Emes is vibing every single hill. The music's still playing for him. He said the music can't stop, don't stop. And Rixie is going to be holding the spawns for this hill, so they need to get every kill that they can. Gotti is able to get Prosper. One player is going to be coming all the way in the back, and that is going to be Slop. Now, he does not have padded steps, so Rixie should be ready for him. So I'm not surprised that the fixer goggles are coming out. The smoke is out as well. He's looking for this player. He is able to hit him in the head, but that's all he's going to do. And Rixie going to stay alive at the truck and hold those spawns for his team. And right now, Best Snake is really starting to scale up right now. You like that one? And they are starting to look really good.
Emis finds Rixie, and now things are starting to be a little bit different here for the side of Right Turtle as they're trying to break back into hill number 3. Only 20 seconds remaining on it, and they are down by about 70 points now. If they take good control of the last hill, I mean, they could still pick up some good garbage time here. 10 seconds, which they will do so. They have Prosper sitting up there gathering it. He'll come back, should have a chaos launcher by that time. I believe he used it inside that third hill. Goggles soon to be available as well. I mean, look at that Chaos Launcher. It's pretty much going to be ready in the next second or two. They'll have it available. They start to clear everyone out. Finds who's that pretty quickly, has to turn around, knows that someone else is there. It's Cannibals. Shoots the launcher. Will find it with the help from Pulsa as well. Emis finds another one. And now everything's starting to fall apart for Best Snake. Right Turtle catching up. Down by 50 plus, but we've seen some miraculous comebacks, not just on this map in King of the Hill, but from any of these players and teams before. Rixie winning that battle. Emis, though, finishes it off just as quickly. Smoke's coming out.
We're meeting the 30-second mark now, 25 seconds, so this final fight is essentially going to decide this round, if you ask me. So everything before this almost doesn't matter. You gotta win these gunfights. Slop, Prosper getting 3 total. Only the last player is up. So if they're able to wipe him, here's the control, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Now, sudden death is in 5 seconds. You have to break it. You have 1 push to do it. Here we go. Is it going to happen? You got to stay on the hill. They weren't on the hill for a second there, but now they are on it. Pulsa in a 1v2. No melee. Got to fight it out. All gunny. He's going to not get either one. And this is a big break coming in from Rick and Who's on this Jaguar side. And now it's a tie game. Oh, man, it's a sudden death. Both teams are in the hill. 2-point game currently. Sudden death. Nobody can bleed out. He's dancing in fire. Doesn't matter. Got to get in the hill. And everyone is trying to stay alive right now. There's so many dead bodies around the hill, but everyone, you can't worry about finishing them because you know players are coming in. And there it is. It looks like it is a tie game. Yeah, Gotti ended up clutching that one up. I could barely tell. That was so close. Oh, man.
It's okay. Take a breather, man. We're going to a third round here. All right, take a breather there, Rome. I know you're gushing with excitement over there, but we're going to a round 3. This one's not over just yet. Gotti actually got a couple kills there to clutch it up, but the main reason they were able to win that is their spawns were a lot closer. I mean, you saw Slop coming through from the side of Brazil, or the Brazil wall. He was coming through that doorway, and there was 2 members right behind him who had just spawned in. So spawn advantage being huge there, as they were able to win that because of it. Now, coming into round number 3, Gotti, Slop kind of staring at each other from a distance, watching anyone who's trying to cross into the objective, and it will be Best Snake taking control of it to begin with. 12 and counting. Still 0 for the other side. Nice C4 from Gotti, finds 2 with it. Slop did find Rixie, but Gotti finds a 3rd, and he is just continuing put the pain on it. Just as I say that, Pulsa finds a double kill himself, one of those being Gotti. And now, Right Turtle is starting to push back and gain control of this objective. It is a bloodbath inside the warehouse, outside the warehouse, near where you normally see that B bomb site. Back and forth, the trades are coming. Prosper finds another one. Who's that? Trades it out with Slop. And oh my goodness, they're setting up for hill number 2. The outline is there, but you have 5 seconds before it starts giving you points. Taking the lead has been Right Turtle, only by 4, but that is soon to change as the objective swaps to hill 2, and it's already being taken control.
Yeah, and big props to Best Snake, honestly, for fighting back the way that they did in that second round. You know, a lot of teams could have gotten very down on themselves being down that much, but they decided to hold on and make this comeback in that second round, and now they're feeling themselves a little bit coming into this third round, currently having a 15-point advantage, looking to get the advantage heading into this C hill. Now, everyone knows this B hill is a whole lot of guns, a whole lot of utility, and not a lot of points, because currently there's a reason that this hill is going to get moved. And as you can see, there's only one thing to fight around. So, you know, currently these teams are just essentially going to be testing their gun skill, testing their utility usage skill, as neither team really got a lot of points. Just the scrap time going to be going over to the side of Right Turtle, which is going to mean we're going to have a tie game going up to this C hill. Now, this hill right here is a money hill. You can definitely hold this one for a long, long time.
10 seconds of garbage time remaining on that final hill. Who's that? Kind of sneaking around inside warehouse. You wouldn't expect him to be there, especially that deep into it. Now they're starting to make plays towards the back of the pickup truck, trying to see if they can gain control of these spawns. as the Sea Hill's starting to tick away. This is a closer game than our closer round compared to the first two. I mean, it was the first round dominated by Right Turtle. Second round dominated by Best Snake. This round, neither team really dominating, just going back and forth, trade for trade, point for point. Just as I say that, it was 55-50. Now it's looking like a 63-60, still ticking away. Prosper Logic finds a double kill, finishes off Cannibals himself as well. Shots coming in from every direction after the respawns for Best Snake. Big flashbang comes through. Now the respawn's starting to flip here as they are looking for hill number 4 setups on both sides. Garbage time, 20 seconds remaining on hill 3. It looks like hill 3 was all the Right Turtle show. They were trailing going into that with only 58 points. Now they have 85 on the board.
Yeah, and that number is only going up, going to be at about a 20, 30-point advantage heading into this final hill, and they already have control of it as well. Now, anytime you can get the scrap time, oh, that was almost a massive C4. But anytime you can get the scrap time and have control of the hill when it pops, you're going to be in prime position to win the round. Chaos Launcher coming out, doing what it does, causing the chaos. Downing Slop. It looks like Bulls are going to maybe come behind them on long. No, going to switch it up, going to come right back and try and just play for this pinch, as they do need to retake. Yet again, the Fixer ult is coming out. Scorch ult is popped. Fire bullets are ready to be put right into Who's That's forehead, and Emes gets one right before getting taken out by Rixie. Not able to pick up the 2-piece, but a Scorch inner ult definitely capable of doing it. That was close.
Yeah, close indeed, but no cigar. Now they have to try and break through this defense one more time, as there's only 20 seconds left on the clock. M is still electing to go the same way, fighting from the low ground, this time with some help and an incense in his hand. They take out Rixie. Then they take out Gotti. They've got one member left on statue. It's Cannibals. He has to back up, falling super low. Now the respawn's coming in. One down, two downs, firing in one direction. One person's looking at him, the other one isn't. They have control. Sudden death ticking away. And that, once they get that kill on the last member on the objective, is the end of the game. They win the King of the Hill 2-1 in overtime. And now they lead the series 2-0. Man, Rome, that was, I mean, again, back and forth. The first round, dominated by Right Turtle. Second round, all Best Snake. Third round, pretty much even until that end of the third hill and then the beginning of the fourth hill. Let's take a look at the replays while Rome gives us the breakdown.
Yeah, as you guys can see in this first round, this was all about simple mistakes, rotations, all that stuff. It all was going wrong for the side of Best Snake, and they really just took advantage of it and was able to go up 1-0. But in this second round, you started to see that they scaled up just a little bit more in their composition. You know, they got life drain on a couple characters, upgraded their subs a little bit. They started to feel themselves a little bit more, started to use that utility, use those team pushes to coordinate things a little bit better. But it all came down to the final hill and just wiping 3 players with 8 seconds left. That's heading into sudden death. That's going to be very, very good for you. And as you can see, Emes got the 2-piece, and that was it. That was all they needed to do, was hold that to win the round. And it was just a solid hold, solid rotations coming out of the side of Right Turtle. And now we're going to be going to a Skyfell strikeout that we have already seen them play. We've seen them go up 2-0 on Justice on and then lose 3 in a row. So who knows? Maybe Best Snake will take a note out of Justice's book and come back and maybe reverse sweep them again in the entire series. Who knows what is going to happen, but my prediction still stays the same. I said I was going to have a 3-0 one way or the other. I said I think the Right Turtle is going to get this one 3-0, and they're one map away from doing it.
One map away from doing so indeed. Skyfell for strikeout will be our next game. 2-1 was the score on Favelas for King of the Hill in favor of Right Turtle. They now lead 2-0 in the series. And you talk about, you know, the last matchup, it was a Skyfell strikeout as well. We don't know if Best Snake had to play Skyfell strikeout. We don't know how they did in their strikeout. But what we do know is that they went 3-1 against the homie squad. They played 4 games. So they probably only caught the back end of Factory. You know, they didn't get to watch the set between Right Turtle and Justice Roco. So they have to go off of what they've known beforehand. You know, maybe they VOD reviewed this morning or maybe late last night after yesterday's matches. But that is all they have to go off of. Anything before today. And
Yeah,
Skyfell
honestly,
Strikeout could get interesting.
honestly, I'm not sure what they're going to do. They might honestly pull up their VOD. I know that a lot of these players subscribe to a lot of these players' Twitches just so they can do things like this. Let me go see what you guys played about an hour and a half ago. Let me go see what you guys did against Just Us. That way we can know what we want to ban and all that good stuff. Cannibal's a very smart IGL in the game. One of the top 5 IGLs in the game for sure. And I'm sure that he is definitely going to do that, as that is just a smart thing to do. If you want to get the advantage, figure out how not to get eliminated, as you are one map away. You are a Skyfell strikeout away from being eliminated from this $10,000 tournament and taking home that third prize. Now, nothing wrong with third place, as it's a good chunk of change. $250
Don't lie
each,
to
but
him, Rome.
$500
Third
sounds
place,
a lot better. 500 sounds
third
a lot
place,
better than 250.
second loser. Map 3 bans have come in. Vi and Lancer for the second straight game, and the second straight respawn will be your ban. Lancer's been banned all 3 games here. So Best Snake, they ban out Lancer for the past 2 games now. Turtle, they ban out Vi for the second straight time.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
you ban
these
EMS
teams
as
know
Lancer.
exactly what they want to take out from each other, right?
Yeah, it's very simple. You ban EMS as Lancer. EMS is so good on Lancer. We have seen him, whether it's on Icarus King of the Hill, whether it's on Favelas King of the Hill, whether it's on Glacier King of the Hill, whether it's on any respawn period. He is absolutely amazing with that shot. I believe he dropped 8,000 damage in a King of the Hill before. I've seen him drop over 50 downs
It was like
before.
10K. He had 69 downs, not 69 elims, 69 downs.
And I'm pretty sure he used the shotgun as well, right? I believe he used the shotgun as well.
No, he was
using
the
24?
24S.
Okay.
Game,
Well, I've seen him use
like,
the shotgun and terrorize people as well. He is
like
that scary on Lancer. Yeah, he is that scary on Lancer. And now that Lancer got buffed, yeah, they do not want to see EMS on that Lancer.
It was against Justice, too, so that's...
Okay, well, let's see them in game,
so,
man. Let's go ahead and get this thing popping, man. I'm ready to see this. Skyfell, strikeout. We're going to fly in. Can't get over this, man. I love this. Love the graphics right here, man. Absolutely beautiful. Shout out to the production team. Always killing it behind the scenes for sure. Big props to them. A lot of times the production team behind the scenes doesn't get enough love. You got to make sure to shout them out, man. They're good people back there. And it looks like auto locks are going to be popping in right now. We got Fixer on both sides. It's almost a mirror match. Dahlia for Kestrel. That is the one thing. We're going to have Switchblade on both sides, Chalk on both sides. What are your thoughts about this? Yet again, we've seen this before, how there is a switch up trading in the Dahlia for another Rogue. What are your thoughts about this?
I don't know. Pulsa, they did this the first time on Skyfell. Maybe he just feels more comfortable on this map or in Strikeout, or maybe the team just wants that revive ability just in case they need it late into a Strikeout. I don't know. It didn't work out the first time. Maybe this time, that'll be the thought. Meanwhile, Switchblade still available for both teams. It gets picked up by both teams. Of course, Cannibals and Prosper Logic being those Switchblade mirrored players for each other. It's interesting. I didn't think Cannibals really stood out in that first King of the Hill with this Rogue, but we'll see how he fares in a strikeout sense. They did ban Switchblade in the demolition on this map.
Yeah.
And already Pulsa, Emis, and Prosper putting in some work.
Yeah, this is getting explosive and very, very, very active very quickly. Neither team is waiting. Both teams are getting right after it. You love to see it. All this aggression. Rocket coming out. Flash is coming out as well. He's going to be pushing. Kestrel coming out, but none of that's going to work. And my goodness, Right Turtle takes a 4-point swing right there with that exchange, and that is big. Now already having a 4-point lead on a map that they're very familiar with playing. Canny on this Switchblade, gonna need to do something as this Fixer smoke is about to come out. He does not have goggles, so not exactly sure what his plan is after throwing that smoke, but we're gonna have to wait and find out as EMS is waiting underneath this walkway for him, but he's going to get taken out by Gotti with the pistol across the way. And now Rick just going to be holding onto the site, trying to take out Slop, going to be popping his ult before doing so. Nice plays out of him, and they're going to be getting that site right back, only down 2 now.
9-11. The respawn advantage still in favor of Right Turtle, and Gotti trying to hold down the aquarium entrance into mid. That's where the objective is. Nice shots onto Pulsa. Gets finished off by Who's That with the Riptide in his hand. Emis did find cannibals, but Slop went down as well. So that's a 2-for-1 trade. That narrows the gap by 1 as it is 9-8. And now the respawn's coming through. A little bit of a flip here. Slop goes down once again. Prosper goes down to Cannibals, and now Cannibals is starting to make some plays with not just the 24S, but the Switchblade abilities as well. We didn't see that in the King of the Hill. Maybe it was just overshadowed by a lot of other crazy things happening. This time around, though, not so much. Putting some stats on the board for himself, making it be known that he is going to be a top Switchblade player from what he most notably wants put out there. Although he does lose that fight to Balsa with the MXR. Emis also found another one. They take the lead 5-2 now.
Yeah, a big swing out of them, and maybe this combination of the Dahlia fixer isn't going to pay off. You know, we saw the revives end up not working out. They ended up going right back to it. Do you think that was a mistake?
I mean, I said it was a mistake the first time. Why wouldn't I say it's a mistake the second time? Gotti finds Pulsa.
You know, different team, different strategy, maybe.
I don't change my mind very often, Rome.
Fair enough, fair
different
enough.
You are a
Dima
but
lover.
Yeah, break out the Dima instead of the Dahlia. I mean, that would have worked better in this situation, I think, even if it's on Skyfell and it's not a very good map for him. But, you know, it's not looking like a good map for a strikeout Dahlia either. Prosper reloads the gun just in time to find another one, then has some rain of fire fall down upon him. He gets out of the way. No damage taken. Gotti finds Emis, finishes him off as well. But it's too late. Switchblade, the only member alive.
Yeah, she's got 10 seconds left.
Prime
to get
position
onto
to take
that
this
site.
first round. Well, try to get some money. That's what I would say. Almost finds Rixie as well, but just the extra health from the rage. You heard him screaming when he was coming through.
Oh, yeah, and Rixie actually going big. It's interesting that Who's That is not on Chalk. It was funny when I saw them pop the rage. I just assumed that it was going to be Who's That on it, but they switched it up on us, so they got Rixie on the Chalk. Who's is playing the Kestrel this time. Cannibals, like you said, is going to be on that Switchblade. It looks like Who's and Canny were barely able to do enough to help. I would think that they would be the top fraggers on their team with the rogues that they chose, but right now they're doing enough to get the victory, and that's all that matters. They just need 2 more rounds, and right now we are going up to this C strikeout point that we have seen a multitude of times just be an absolute bloodbath.
Oh my goodness, that's 2 inches from the top of his hairline there. Prosper finds Rixie with it. I mean, Rixie was playing Kestrel the first 2 games with Who's That on the Chalk, but now they've swapped over. I think it's working for them. I mean, it has to be. They're winning 1-0 at the time. And like you said, Cannibal's one of those members, only 4 downs to his name, so wasn't able to largely contribute. Slop winning that fight, getting his second double right there. Oh my goodness, Gotti couldn't win that fight against him. That was fixer on fixer. Cannibal sneaking in from behind, but he gets called out. Pulsa finds him. Prosper finds Who's That as well. This objective is locked down. Look at the score. Not a single kill has come through from Best Snake yet.
Yeah, I was about to say, not 1 kill yet, and when a round starts like this, you can almost immediately chalk it up. This is the type of round that you just almost don't come back from. We already saw last round, Best Snake, they were down by 4 kills, but that was extremely early on. Now they're down by 8 already, and that number is going to drop even more in 15 seconds. They're able to get a trade, but at this point, trades aren't going to help you. You need to get straight up outright kills and outright wins. And there's 8 seconds that they have until they got to get on this site before another point goes down. Looks like finally a player is going to roll on to swap it over to the side of Best Snake. And now only up 6, but they do have to retake one time at least. Cannibals is going to be holding this rocket launcher, and let's see what he's going to do, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, let's see what he does with it. Will he find anything? He's still looking. Shoots it.
That's the big question.
Finds a good amount of damage. Amos ends up falling to it. Careful now, don't step in your own. Pulsa. Does he have the fast revive? Doesn't matter. He has the fast trigger finger. He wins that fight. Then he ends up falling to who's that?
Another rocket.
Ah, that one flies right by him. Irrelevant. God, he doesn't care about it. He's going to walk right at the enemy and win the fight.
It went right past him and hit Canny. Instant down to
Doesn't matter. Canny will respawn with more grenades and flashbangs. It'll be all right. Gotti, however,
exactly. It'll be good for him. It'll be good for him.
Yes, exactly. Pulsa taking down Rixie. Pulsa finding a double. Slop got one in there as well. And Pulsa, oh my goodness, he finished off Gotti, but Prosper gets credit for the down. Thought Pulsa was going to find himself with a triple. That won't be the case. 4 tickets remaining for Right Turtle. None for the side of Best Snake. They're all alone. They've got to put their best foot forward. They've got to slither the best that they can to survive. This might be a tie game.
I'm trying to think of more puns. I can't think of any more, but it's looking like this one's going to end as soon as each of these players lose their lives. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and here's the 4th one. He's a fixer, though, so we can see everyone through smoke, ladies and gentlemen. This is an advantage that no other character in the game does have. So in this instance, he is the character, because I don't think the other fixer has his goggles up right now, but that is gone now. So now in a 1v7, it is going to be very hard, but he gets 2 because he has life drain. He gets 3. If he doesn't miss, this could keep on going, ladies and gentlemen. But sadly, not exactly sure how they lost it, but they did lose it. As
the objective was captured.
Wasn't he on the objective as well?
He stepped off.
Ah, the time ran out. Okay, interesting. I haven't seen that situation happen a lot where 2 players are on the site and the time
ran out, and it went to the team that has the most points on the objective because they neutralized it. You saw Chalk standing right next to him.
Oh, yeah. That's why I was surprised that I'm so used to sudden deaths.
Come on, Rome!
We've seen so many sudden deaths, man. You gotta love it, man. The fixer was going off there. I was rooting for him.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Rome does not know everything about the game. You've seen it here first.
Yeah,
you learn something new every day.
Yeah, I gotta take Guru out of my bio now. And Emes is popping his ult just to stay alive over there at that pillar. And he is going to be getting that Simtex, and Slop is going to be helping taking out Gotti. That's great team shooting by Emes and Slop. The Simtex coming out from Emes. The gunplay coming out from Slop. Just great team tactics coming out from this squad right now, showing why they truly are a top team. Yeah, they're holding extremely angles
so beautifully on this outside porch towards the middle inside the museum. They're holding it so well. They do lose Emis there, but have no
only dropped 2 lives so far.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, it was going to be their only death, but they get a second one here. Emis gets shot in the back by who's that. And now look at the Slop pistol finger. Still not enough. Gotti finds it, but he has the Deadeye in his hands. Prosper returns that kill onto who's that, and 11 tickets remaining for Right Turtle. Still looking good, but now only a narrow 3-point lead over Best Snake. You know, they should be using Dima because he has a Mamba, and that's a snake, so that's all I'm going to say.
Maybe, you know. Right now, it looks like they were able to surprisingly get the control of the point back, and in 5 seconds, it's going to be a 1-life game. I'm very impressed with Best Snake to be able to revert this round back into their favor so quickly. Nice shots
through the flashbang to finish it off. Who's that? Finds another one. Canny also finds Pulsa.
That's 10 in a row.
Hold on.
That's 10 in a row.
Everything's starting to turn around here.
Yeah, it was 15-8. Now it's 5-8. And they're winning. That was literally a 10-point swing right there alone. Finally, Prosper able to get a kill. The first one in 10 deaths that's happened. Emes gets 2. And just like that, That's going to be flipping, and they're going to be getting control of this area yet again. Emes going crazy, doing what he does, trying to get a third, not able to land the sticky. But Slop hitting the zip line, that might have been not the best idea, as that is going to allow Best Snake to still be ahead.
Prosper does take out
lives.
Cannibals. Yeah.
Yet again.
Only
with
5 on the board. Make that 4 since the Chalk will have to use one of those revives. Could be 3, but they do get the revive instead. Only 1 ticket remaining for the side of Right Turtle. It's 1-1. It's first to 3 to win, so whoever comes out on top this round has the advantage and game point. Gotti now changing positions, but still back there behind the giant pillar. Cannibal's trying to make his way across for the flank, but he gets taken out. Pulso is full killed, which means that will use their last respawn. Switchblade goes down. They full killed someone. 3 respawns available. 2 for the side of Best Snake now. It is getting down to the wire here. This is where things really start to slow down. Who's that using the drones so close? They take out Prosper. They find Pulso. They find Slop. Only 1 member standing. It's Emis, and it doesn't matter. The advantage goes to Best Snake. They lead 2-1 here in our strike.
Yeah, that was a beautiful, beautiful pinch by Best Snake right there. Who's that? He was able to get up close, utilizing the smokes to get up from Gotti. And once he got that Kestrel off, had 2 players weak. They were able to pinch from the mid door. He was able to help Canny on that player close to him on that platform. And that was an easy wipe. And they actually made that one look pretty clean. Definitely easier said than done. But salute to them for getting it done, as they're currently now up 2-1 on this squad in Right Turtle on this map number 3.
Winning this for Best Snake will keep their 10K hopes alive and also push them to a game 4. Gotti finds Slop. I'll tell you something. If they end up winning this game and we see Right Turtle win the series and they pull out a strikeout Dahlia again, I am going to puke, most notably there, Rome. So they better win this game so to make it a little bit better here. Gotti finds Emis with the C4. That'll offset those respawns. 13-12. He just got stuck from behind. Rixie sneaking it onto his leg from the middle of the map. I think that was through a smoke.
Yeah, beautiful sticky.
That might have been some luck involved in there. I'm going to be real.
Hey,
Rixie's
look,
not
luck,
even
skill.
playing the...
When $10,000 is on the line, it's all the same thing, man. I mean, if you do hold a throwable currently,
yeah, you can
a grenade
you can
or a Simtex,
see,
you can
I get what you're saying, but
so
I don't
technically,
think...
technically you can, I guess.
Yes, gets the little hit marker or the little icon that shows that it's hitting someone through the smoke with the
little tips and tricks, chat.
Nonetheless. Oh, turning the corner and getting headshotted there. Hello. Who's that?
Yeah.
Finds 1, finds 2. Cannibals helps out. Emis did find Rixie, but it is starting to fall apart here. Only 4 respawns available.
Yeah, and we're going to need to see a big comeback, and we're going to need to see it quick if Right Turtle wants any chance of winning this strikeout. You know, maybe they're sitting here thinking about strikeout. Maybe they're realizing that the Dahlia just isn't the play for them, and that they'll switch it up on the next time that they see it. Who knows? Maybe they're sitting here thinking that Dahlia is still the move. I'm not sure what made them think that, but who knows? You know, we will see. But Pulsa, very good Dahlia, as well as Prosper. So they have 2 extremely good Dahlias on their team, so them wanting to run it, I'm not really surprised at it. It's just all about utilizing it and making it work as best as possible for your team. But this is currently an 8-oh my goodness. This is currently an 6-1 now advantage for the side of Best Snake, as Slop got 2 back-to-back, and he's got this life drain, and this can be very lethal. Slop getting flashed, spraying and praying, able to hit Who's That with 1 bullet. That's about it before he goes down. He's going to be getting full killed, it looks like, yes, and now it is a 3v9, and that is not the position you want to be in.
I don't think I want to be in a 3 versus anything larger than 3 situation anytime in any game, but we'll see how it works out. They do take out another member of Right Turtle, and it is not looking good for them. At this point, with just one member left, just let it go. Go to the game 4 is what it's looking like. Although Prosper's not giving up without a fight. Takes down Rixie. That's one.
Oh, yeah. Prosper
Halo
definitely
drones
not
came
giving
in.
up.
That's a big waste. You see everything being thrown at him. Uses his launcher. I think he really wants to end this game. And, well, the game will come to an end, but not by his hands. By his death instead. 3-1. I gotta say, I don't think the Dahlia in strikeout on Skyfell at least is working out very well. They're 0-2 with that comp, or with the Dahlia in their strikeout composition for today alone. And today is what really matters. It's the only matches that really count towards anything, because they are fighting for their spot in the grand finals, and they weren't able to do so against Justice Roco. But let's talk about this last game that we just watched. 3-1 in favor of against the Snake. I mean, the Snakes, they pulled it out. What happened here, Rome?
Yeah, Best Snake really showed out. You know, in the first round, they lost the first round extremely in a rough fashion, as you guys can see right there. And the round after that, they immediately came back and acted like they didn't even lose it. You know, they were feeling themselves. You saw that Gotti was starting to pick some things up, going a little bit crazy in this second round. Sadly, they did get taken out, as he only needed to kill 2 more people in that situation. That is the wild thing about that clutch. That would have been very, very cool if that would have played out, if that timer had never ran out. But once they got a little bit of that momentum, once it was 1-1, they said, you know what? We got this, even though we lost that second round, because Gotti was starting to really turn up at the end, and he carried that over into those third and fourth rounds. And you guys could see there, Cannibals was able to do his thing as well, but Who's That was the top fragger, and he was feeling himself on that Kestrel, making a lot of plays, as well as the chalk for them. It was really, really good to see them as a team pull this one out and not get 3-0'd, you know. I envisioned a 3-0, so I'm glad that it ended up not being that. But we are going to be going to an Icarus King of the Hill, and this is Emes's land. This is Emes's lair, as they like to call it. So we're going to be hopping right into this game, not giving you guys any quick breaks, anything like that. We're going straight into action, as this is going to be so explosive. I can't wait to see the bands blue.
Man, today's been a pretty easy day for me, I've got to say. Rome is pretty much carrying most of the weight here. And just like that, I don't know if Dahlia is going to be in there, because she's carrying a lot of weight on her shoulders, and it has not worked out for them. Game not quite ready just yet, so we'll be getting it to you very soon. But the bans that did come in were Vi and Lancer once again. Okay, so we talked about why Best Snake keeps banning out Lancer, which they're doing again because of Emis. You know, everyone's scared of Emis on Lancer, no matter what map it is in Respawn. Let's talk about Vi now. Why do you think Right Turtle is banning out Vi 3 Respawn games in a row against Best Snake?
Because in this situation, if you decide to ban out, let's say, Switchblade, and you decide not to run with the Switchblade in your comp, and you end up going with a Vi, you're looking at the other side and saying, okay, Who's That's Vi might be able to compete with our Vi. So instead, we're going to go with Switchblade, where we know our Switchblade, or feel that our Switchblade in King of the Hill is going to be better than, I believe, Canny, who is going to be their Switchblade King of the Hill player. And I'm sorry for baiting you guys all the first time. I truly apologize. But for real, this time we're going to be loading right into Icarus. And there is the flyover of this beautiful map. And you guys can see the satellite, that big old crash. Man, that is going to be amazing. Let's go ahead and see how these teams are going to be fighting around all these cool sites, all these cool objectives that are on this map. Very, very close corners map. Might see some shotgun play come out. You never know. So I'm excited to see what these picks are going to be now.
Well, we will see if there is going to be a shotgun character. I mean, Slop, thinking about the Anvil, that could be a really good play here. Does that say he's level 1 on Anvil? Mastery level 1? Because that's insane. How many times have we seen Slop play Anvil in the competitive tournaments? Man.
Yeah.
That's the best part,
that's
though.
That's why I am asking, just for a little bit of mastery points.
No.
Just a little.
I know what you're asking for, and no. I
Give
explained
us
to
some
you what
love,
would happen
man.
yesterday. You are going to get into a ranked game one day. If what you want to happen happens, you get into a ranked game, you're going to have 3 people on your team, right? Let's say you're solo queue in Rome. You're going to have 3 people on your team. They're all going to be mastery level 10 on each character, and they're going to be cross-eyed, looking at the ground, and don't even know what grenades they have in their kit, okay?
I'm gonna be
No.
totally honest. I don't look at mastery when people lock in their rogues. I feel like a mastery is just about how much you want to play it. We've seen these players; they're so good at these rogues, and they're level 1 sometimes, level 0 with them. Pulsa's
Yeah,
level 1
but the
on
more
chalk.
you play something, the more you should get, in tune with it. These people play in comp games all the time. They don't get those points towards their mastery levels, but they know what they're doing because they study it and they continue to play it. But let's take a
Yes.
look at what they are actually playing for the Rogues. We have chalks on both sides, anvils on both sides, fixers on both sides, and switchblades on both sides. So, of course, it is a perfect mirror matchup. What are you thinking for this, Rome? And they've also changed who their switchblade player is. It's going to be who's that
Yeah.
this time.
Yeah, Kenny definitely more known for his anvil plays on this map. This is going to be anvil on anvil crime. I'm expecting a low point first hill, as a lot of times we do see, just because of the lower timer limit as you timer starts when you roll out of the plane instead of once you land instead. So the switchblade ult going to be coming out right now. There it is, jump shooting, hitting 2. And there it is. Everyone's burning, and that was absolutely perfectly done. You can tell that he has done that one before, and that was beautiful coming out of Prosper Logic. Glad we could see his POV on that one, and I expected a low-scoring first hill, but I didn't expect that kind of a switchblade ult coming out of this amazing caliber of a player.
Boosted movement speed after he shoots it too allows him to take control of Porch and just push that super quickly, but didn't even matter. I mean, the Fixer grabbing 2 of those damaged players from the rocket launcher with his Deadeye. That was devastating. Jumping over the wall. Look at Slop getting out and safe. Did find 1 kill with his C4 as well, and he has locked down this small portion. 10 seconds remaining on that first hill for some garbage time. And now trying to set up for hill number 2. Cannibals has control of it for the time being. Now it starts to tick away. The shield has blocked the entry point from the jump wall here. Finally, they're able to get some points. It was almost 50-0. 49 on the first objective, by the way. By the time you jump out of the plane and get to it, there's 55 seconds on the clock. 54 because she went for that great play with the rocket launcher. So out of 54, they got 49 seconds of it. That is amazing first hill points.
Yeah, really good plays right now. Kenny trying to do his best to stay alive on the point, but not able to do it. So that early rotation not going to pay off for them, as they only got 22 points off of that hill. And now still 30 whole seconds left. Right Turtle already has control of it. 40-point lead. Looking like they're going to get these 20 points as well if they're able to take out both of these players in the hallway. There's 1 and there's 2, but the rage gets popped and Pulsa doesn't even care. He says, you know what? Doesn't matter. I got 40 bullets. I can use every single one of them. No need to reload anytime soon. And now we got a 55-point lead going into this second hill that is going to be in the middle. You can already see Kenny setting up his shield, trying to make sure he can get some easy points on the other side of it. And they're not going to let that happen. As you guys can see, the rockets in the kill feed. So many explosive C4s coming out. Pulsa doing the dirty work, taking out Gotti, but he gets traded out by who's?
Yeah, the trades are coming back and forth, and that's mainly what happens when you watch this third hill here on Icarus. It is so deadly. So many different ways that you can be shot from. But also, it's kind of like holding the same spots as Hill 2. We've said this before. I mean, Kresnik and I talked about it in week 1. If you control Hill number 2, you have a good chance at controlling Hill 3 to start off with, just because that rotation is just a jump over the wall, pretty much. Slop finds another one with a C4. Gotti goes down to Prosper as well. They'll finish him off. 99-100. Yeah, I was going to say they're already at the next hill. I was leading up to it. I was saying they were reaching the 100 mark with just a few moments of garbage time left, and they're going to be going towards this next hill. They've won some 3v4s and some 3v2s. before. Prosper did find another one with the Chaos Launcher. Slop found who's that as well. Pulsa finally getting taken out. 118 to 40. It is the driver's seat is being occupied by Right Turtle solely and completely for the time being here. Finally, a breakthrough in the defense of Right Turtle comes from Best Snake. Gotti, Canny doing what they can to break through this. The smoke will come through. Doesn't have the goggles available, however. That smoke mainly used to just block line of sight from Slompodopoulos, allow his team to gain new positions on the objective so that they can hold the next respawn fight perfectly. Speaking of respawn fight, they're coming from behind. Prosper getting shut down. Rixie, Gotti, Canny, all finding kills. Amish, the last man standing, waiting for the full team wipe. This is something we saw Right Turtle happen to them on Favelas in their King of the Hill against Justice Roco. They just gave up way too many points on the final hill, weren't able to break back through and regain control. The sudden death ticked away each time. Now, however, Emis falling deathly low, has to back up. Sudden death ticking away. They're only 15 seconds away from taking this one. Also trying to break back in, but it won't work out. All guns blazing from Best Snake. Finally, a down on the Cannibals, but it won't be enough. The respawns are not there in time. Prosper is sitting on porch. It's neutralized. Look at this. 7 points behind is Best Snake. They take out Gotti, but Pulsa and Prosper go down because of it. Canny's is back, takes out Slop with the C4. Just has to finish him off. Emish did find Cannibals. And now the revive's coming through. Time is ticking. 2 seconds. And finally neutralized once again is the objective. This is a nail biter, but now it's starting to tick away. Neutrality comes through once again as Slop makes it back to the shield. C4 coming out, trying to find Gotti. Slop downs himself with a C4, couldn't get it over the wall. Pulsa finds Gotti, Emish and Pulsa fall in return. 1 second away. This is the longest sudden death in any King of the Hill that we have seen thus far, not only today, but in all of our CMG broadcasts. And finally, the time ticks away as 2 points are gathered. Right Turtle falling short in overtime on a King of the Hill once again. Best Snake lead 1-0.
Yeah, and right now, who's that going absolutely massive? You guys can see 14 downs, 24 eliminations already to his name, along with 9 assists. He is doing it all for his squad, and it looks like the switch up of who's in Canny, you know, who's that going over to be the Switchblade player now. It looks like it is starting to pay off. And man, that was an insane sudden death. Like you said, I was sitting here trying to figure out what exactly was happening at each situation, but there was so much going on. It was very difficult to tell, but it ended up being clutched out by the side of Best Snake. And right now, we're going right back to war at the site that ended it all in the last round at this first hill. And this one is
Amish finding some triple kill there.
Yeah.
One with the pistol, one with a gun, another with some utility as well. Pulsa now holding strong on the porch. Jumping over the wall, trying to get to this second hill to set up. Slop finds a double himself. Big flashbangs coming through. And I like the anvil play for the reason being is that he's immune to the flashbangs, right? And you're going to see a lot of them coming out with chocks on both sides as well as switchblades. So, I mean, what is that? 2, 4, 6, 8 flashbangs can be constantly being thrown.
Oh,
and that's got to get annoying if you're the other team. But for Slop, and of course for Canny, they're probably just chilling. Every time they see a flashbang come out. That's real cute. Let me shoot you.
Yeah, both teams having 4 flashes. You know, both of the anvils aren't going to have to worry about that, which is just extremely nice for the anvils themselves, as they should be the ones holding the site. So it is very important that they can't get flashed out, as flashes are so good to pinch. And my goodness, that's a 4-man wipe with 40 seconds left. So that is a big swing for Right Turtle on this second hill, heading into this third one. And if they hold this, it looks like they are going to be up about 45 points going into this C hill.
Setting up for the rotation. 20 seconds before that third hill goes live. Gotti throwing a C4. That might find him, but Tenacity Headstrong. He only has Tenacity, I would hope. Doesn't have the Headstrong just yet. Nobody with Headstrong, really, from what I can tell. I mean, Fixer no longer has that in his kit. He's got Replenished now, which I think is even stronger when you think about it. With the Deadeye, he just picked up an LMG. He's going to be feeling good if he gets it down. Taking down the shield. 2 LMGs going at it. Slop and Fixer taking care of it pretty quickly. Gotti finds Emis. And just back and forth the fight goes when it's this third hill. I mean, Rome, what do you need to do to control this for as long as possible?
Honestly, the biggest thing that you need to do is most likely bleed out on the hill once you go down, because you're not going to be living on that hill for very long. So you're going to have a better chance of just staying down on it while you're dead than you are actually holding it while you're alive, as people are so good at pushing people off of that hill. And really, we always see is the last 20 seconds of scrap time goes to the team that's last on it at 20 seconds. So before that, it's just a straight bloodbath, straight utility fest, kind of like the B hill on Favelas, just a little bit. But we are going to be going to this final hill, and it looks like Right Turtle already having complete control of it, as they're not caring about any of this scrap time. And here comes Best Snake on this yellow wall side. But they're running right into a switchblade. Yeah, and the 5 ticks will down you with that, as it does do 20 a tick. Wow, that was extremely quick.
Whew, quick it was. Now, look at the regroup coming from Best Snake. They have to push in. They know what they did wrong, though. But they know what they did right the last time. Excuse me. Right Turtle knows what they did wrong. Maybe allowing them to get in there a little bit too late at the right moment. Downing them. That's the Replenish coming through, but still to no avail. He ends up going down. Cannibals finds one. Who's that as well? Finds Pulsa, and on the edge is Slop. It doesn't matter. He goes down. Objective swapped over to Best Snake. They're down 125 to 75. That's a 50-point difference, but it's still climbing for them. And also, I mean, they're up 1-0 because of a great sudden death hold from themselves.
Yeah, and right now, a 40-point game, just about, and it looks like they are going to be taking over this hill at the last second, and these 4 players are not going to be able to get to the hill in time to contest, and that right there is going to be a nice win for Right Turtle to tie this bad boy up at 1-1. Emes, 42 elims already, 25 downs. He passed Who's That, and he passed him quickly that time. My. Emes is a bad man.
You know, I never really like to point anybody out, but Rixie on the chalk with 8 downs through 2 rounds of King of the Hill. He's got 16 assists, so, and 24 elims. He's putting some lead into some people, into some bodies, but just not able to finish off some of these knocks himself. Got to pick up the slack if they want to make it through. We are into overtime.
And right now, they're going to be pushing toward this initial site yet again. And the great thing about King of the Hill is it's nice, quick, and clean, as this is first to 2, unlike Strikeout, which is first to 3. Trophy's going to be coming out in this cut to keep that area protected. Prosper trying to stay alive. He has 10 HP, does have life drain though, but that's not going to matter against Gotti, as Gotti has been absolutely beaming with this Deadeye. Emes not able to down that player, and right now, Best Snake is looking like the best team in this round, as they do get initial control of that site. It looks like they are going to be holding it. Emes coming back. He is coming back for war right now. And he's not going to be able to win that one with Canny. And Pulsa is going to hold the next, though.
Not looking good for that gunfight there, and obviously he did not look good. But, you know, we're looking at the score here, 32-7. That's the first time in this game that Best Snake has had some points, or at least the lead going into Hill 2 after that first initial hill. So that's a great job from them to make some adjustments and to finally score some points there. Prosper did find a Elim himself. Now popping the rage, thought someone would be able to push him, but to no avail. Pulsa has to back up and start getting more points on the objective. They lost 2 or 3 points there because they weren't sitting on it. 45 seconds remaining on this one. I wouldn't call it garbage time just yet, as only 35 seconds have ticked away on it. C4 flying. Oh my goodness, shooting it through the air. Nice shot from Cannibals. That's like he's skeet shooting. He said pull. It came through. Slop helping out. Pulsa finds a double kill. And now fighting for superior position on that third hill. Emis with some nice shots through those little peek holes of the well, the way it's positioned from the wall all the way across. Pulsa finds another kill onto Rixie. And now they've retaken the lead. 64. Should be 65. Could get all the way to 70. 69 being the number before that hill 3 comes into play, and it looks like they're already fighting for it as well. Anvil setting up in the corner with the wall behind him. Remember, you can jump over that wall. We might see some C4s flying over it as well. That's the lion wall. And Rome,
they're holding
you
this hill
said,
pretty good right now.
I was going to say, last round you talked about how to hold this hill. Well, they're holding it a lot better this time around.
Yeah, they're holding it a ton better, actually, and you can see the reason is because they're pushing out the other team's spawn. They aren't just getting to the hill and staying there. They're actually pushing forward past it, making them spawn all the way back yellow, and that is just genius, and that's good play. Maybe they figured out something about this map that other teams haven't figured out yet. You know, I haven't seen teams push out this far on that B hill toward that site, but, 25 seconds left. They're about to be at 130 before this final hill pops, so that is a 100-point lead. My goodness, that is going to come out for the side of Right Turtle as they are vibing in this final round. Currently up 70 points, and this is going to be an extremely hard one to break.
Exact.
Yeah, and they're already
71.
having to break it because they have the hold. They literally already have the hill, so now it's going to be all about, can Best Snake break it?
Well, we've seen Best Snake break into this one twice. The first one worked out. The second round, it did not work out. They allowed Right Turtle to get back into it. This time around, Emis finds a double with a C4. Cannibals goes down to Prosper as well. Regroup is exactly what Best Snake needs to do. They don't have to rush just yet. They can still kind of wait a little bit until they break in, and that's exactly what they're doing, rotating all the way through the backside. C4 comes out, Semtex as well. Rixie did find Emis. Pulsa gets a double onto Who's That, and Rix picked up a Deadeye, finds Gotti for a triple. C4 comes out, but nothing comes of that, and look at his positioning on this objective. Allows him to still capture it. Pulsa finds one. Prosper finds one. Prosper finds a second one, and that's all she wrote. It's 2-1 in favor of Right Turtle, and that is actually their third win in this series. So they will have won this set. But before we get to all the logistics of the series score and all of that goodness, let's talk about this game that we just watched. I mean, round one, that was an insane overtime, an insane sudden death, where Right Turtle just couldn't get back in long enough for them to hold it, and it ended up going in favor of Best Snake. But then Right Turtle just says, you know what, let's turn up the heat. That's exactly what they did in rounds 2 and 3. Let's go ahead and take a look at the replays. While we do so, Rome, what did Best Snake mess up on? Because they just couldn't close it out. They were up 1-0.
It seemed like EMES honestly just took over that second round. I would love to see the scoreline for the end of the game as a whole, because I'm pretty sure EMES didn't stop there. It seemed like based off the kill feed, he just kept on going, and him and Pulsa on this chalk, he was making chalk look extremely, extremely good. Canny, with the precision, able to shoot that C4. As crazy as it sounds, that's something that they have known for a long time that you can do, and it's something that they prepare for. So if he sees a C4, he's going to try and shoot it. It's a reaction thing. It's something you got to train your brain to be ready for, and he's done it, and that's a hard thing to do. So these are top-level gameplay, these little things like that separate the best in the world from essentially everyone else, and those little plays could have been the difference. But it ended up being Right Turtle that ends up being victorious 2-1 in the series. And that means the best snake is going to be eliminated, sadly, from the $10,000 tournament. And they will be taking home third place, which is $250 each for a total of $1,000. So definitely not a bad feeling for them. They do get to walk away with a little bit of change in their pocket. So appreciate both of these teams, but only 2 teams can make it to the grand finals, and it looks like that's about to be Right Turtle and Justice.
Hey, I guess there's nothing left else for me to say because you explained it all to us right there. 2-1 in that King of the Hill, which means 3-1 in the series. Right Turtle moves back into the grand finals for a chance at defending their current title. And they'll be going up against, well, a team that they've met over and over and over again and are super familiar with. That's Justice Pro or Justice Roco, since it is the Rogue Company Showdown, brought to you by checkmategaming.com. But we've got all of that coming up right after this break. So don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen.